Be ready for the trial. After the coldness of the winter months, the lovely days of April, May, and June call to us and ask us to go out and see the beautiful countryside stop. During the long winter, the countryside has been resting and waiting for the warmth of summer to make it colorful once more stop. Some people feel that the countryside is more beautiful in the cold days of winter than it is in the heat of summer stop. When the leaves have fallen, the view is wider, details show up more clearly, and the rivers are full stop. These are plain facts, of course, but the truth is that most of us like the countryside of the summer more than that of the winter stop. We like the warmth more than the cold, and we like to see the fields full of the color that summer brings. Stop para. And so we go out a stop. We leave behind our TV and our books and off we go stop. We are light of heart and happy, and the open country is before us a stop. Is it possible in these days, however, to get right into the heart of the country, not only to see it but to hear it and to understand it stop? The latest decision of the Supreme Court on the right of Hindu daughters to ancestral property corrects an obvious anomaly in the interpretations of a crucial 2005 amendment to the Hindu Succession Act 1956 stop. The verdict settles the question whether the co-partnership right of daughters comes into effect only if the father through whom they claim that right was alive on the day the amendment came into force stop. The Apex Court has now categorically ruled that the daughter's right flows from their birth and not by any other factor such as the existence of their father's stop. In other words, it has rejected the common misinterpretation that only daughters of co-partners who were alive on that day could get an equal share in property stop. The court has rightly recognized that the amendments in Hindu families governed by Mitakshara law and this right accrued by birth stop. The change came into effect from September 9, 2005, but with a provision that partitions or testamentary disposition that had taken place prior to December 20, 2004, the date on which the amendment bill was introduced in the Rajya Sabha, will reinterpretation that the daughters' co-partnership rights, being prospective, would not come into effect unless both the co-partner father and his daughter were alive on September 9, 2005 stop. This position was crystallized in a 2015 judgment of the Supreme Court in Prakash and other versus Phulbati stop. This judgment now stands overruled stop para. The court's reasoning is unexceptionable stop. First, it locates the origin of the co-partnership right in one's birth stop. Second, it finds that there is no necessity for a predecessor co-partner to be alive for one to acquire that status, as what is relevant is birth within the degrees of succession to which it extends. Stop. In that sense, the legislation, even though it comes into effect on a prescribed date, is retroactive in its application as it is linked to birth and antecedent event. Stop. It also underscores that the legislation makes it clear that the daughter's rights are the same as that of a son, and as if she had been a son at the time of birth. Stop. The co-partnership status given to daughters has been a subject of reform in many states, particularly in South India, long before the UPA regime brought in the amendment for the whole country. Stop. Kerala had introduced legislation in 1975, Andhra Pradesh in 1986, Tamil Nadu in 1989, and Maharashtra and Karnataka in 1994. Stop. The legislative aim was that a flagrant discrimination between sons and daughters in entitlement to an equal share in co-partnership property, that is, property inherited from one's father, grandfather, or great-grandfather, should be done away with. Stop. It is indeed welcome that the Apex Court has sought to give full effect to this intent by setting at rest doubts arising from varying interpretations. Stop. Para. As coronavirus spread throughout the world, billions of children across the globe affected by closure of schools and colleges due to the pandemic. Stop. In recent times, schools and universities begin to turn to virtual learning options. Stop. Many universities decided to switch the rest of the semester's work to online learning only to contain a spread of the virus. Stop. However, the majority of education organizations are not really set up or prepared for online classes. Stop. With this sudden, were building remote work and policies in the event they needed to shift work home. Stop. Para. As saying goes, necessity is the mother of invention, so is coronavirus. Stop. COVID-19 forced many around the world to rethink our daily lives, from work to school to entertainment and much more. Stop. Para. In response to travel bans, school closures, and recommendations to not gather in large groups and keep our distance from fellow humans to limit the spread of the virus, many people turn to digital tools to keep some semblance of normality. Stop. Para. As you have already pointed out, under Article 323 of the Constitution, the Union Public Service Commission submits annual reports, and these reports are laid before both the House of Parliament along with any memorandum, if there be any, from the government explaining their position as to why they have not accepted the particular advice of the Commission. Stop. Sir, we have so far received 3 such reports from the Commission, and I have gone through these reports. Stop. Sir, the general impression that I have gathered after going through these three reports is that apart from the fact that there have been cases of non-acceptance of the Commission's advice in many important matters, there are, sir, very serious irregularities committed by the executive government in the matter of appointments to the civil posts and the civil services staff. If you permit me, sir, I may add that I have found that there are occasions when the government has even bypassed the House of Parliament in their anxiety to provide for their favourites' stock.